They picked Brock. Idiots. They picked Brock Osweiler. Welcome to Sack City, bitch. I am Adrian Fedke. I am going solo today, unfortunately. James Worthington feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm just going to go solo. I'm going to go for like 5 to 10 minutes for our Eagles and Broncos preview for the week. And also make sure you tune in tomorrow. Brett and I will be doing a film study on, obviously, the new running back here in Philadelphia, Ajayi. So roll some blunts, roll some J's. Let's get it going. All right, so let's talk about this game. I think this is going to come down to, can the Eagles stop Von Miller? And let me tell you guys something about this vaunted Denver defense. It is not the same ferocious Denver defense that we're accustomed to. Sure, it's still a great defense, but it's not to the elite capability as it was even during their Super Bowl season, even last season. So you look statistically, in terms of their sacks, they had 52 back in 2015, led the league. 2016, last year, they had 47, which was third. But this year, only 17. 17, that's it. That's tied with the Niners for 16th in the NFL. So it's not like they're getting after the quarterback as much as years past. You don't have that dynamic duo like a Von Miller and a DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware not there anymore. Now, here's the interesting thing, though, because Denver did get Shane Ray back on Monday night. Hadn't missed the last 3 months with a torn ligament in his wrist. So he is back. He did have 8 sacks last year. So he is a threat coming off the edge. Has a lot of speed, violent hands. He could bring some trouble for Big V. We'll see. I also think they'll move Von Miller around the formation. I think Big V will see some snaps against him as well. So it'll be interesting because this Denver front seven, besides Von Miller, the only other guy with 3 sacks is Shaquille Barrett. So not getting after the quarterback as much as years past. And, you know, because they don't have that duo, like DeMarcus Ware on the other side, you can chip protect and do some more things with Von Miller and not, you know, you can do those sort of things. So definitely looking for Big V to get help, even Lane Johnson to get some help against Von Miller, wherever he decides to line up. So Miller living the Miller high life. Now we just got to stop him. All right. I want to move on to something that I think is going to be important for Sunday. Obviously, Denver defense, you know, I talked about, is pretty good. One of the best against the run, second in the NFL in terms of yards per carry. But I think the way that you attack this defense is actually through your tight ends. So Denver, while they have probably the best cornerback duo in the league, Keith Talib and Chris Harris, where they have been a little weak, has been covering tight ends. Evan Ingram went off on them. They've allowed the 4th most yards to tight ends this season. Zach Ertz, he's going to play on Sunday. So we had a little bit of a scare with an injury, I believe a hamstring injury. But it looks like he's going to go, and that's going to be very, very important because in terms of the red zone situation, I think this is where the Eagles can take advantage of Denver's defense and have Zach Ertz run a couple seam routes, maybe get a touchdown in the red zone. Because I don't think Denver's going to score a lot of points, to be honest with you. I don't even know if they can get to 10. You know, this Denver offense not much better than San Francisco's was last week, and we saw how the Eagles were easily able to just take care of the Niners defensively. So I think the same thing will happen on Sunday. And, you know, I would rather have Trevor Siemian be the starter than Brock Osweiler. I'll tell you that, especially against the Eagles, because I think the way that Siemian gets the ball out a little quicker, I think that helps more against the Eagles defense than, say, Brock Osweiler. Brock needs time in the pocket because, well, he's at his best completing deep tosses. His accuracy wavers on the short to intermediate stuff. Even on the deep stuff, I mean, his accuracy isn't great, but he's got that huge arm. But if you want to complete passes down the field, obviously you have to protect your quarterback for more than 3 to 4 seconds. So, well, you're not going to be able to do that against this defensive line. So I think Brock is fucked. I think Denver is fucked. I'm not scared of this game at all now. If Trevor Siemian started, and they might have Emmanuel Sanders coming back, I might have been a little weeny bit concerned. Now I'm not concerned at all. I don't think Brock stands a chance. He is a 6'8" statue. Fletcher Cox, deep penetration. It's coming. Oh yeah, and he's gonna come all over Brock's face. That's what's gonna happen. I don't see how Denver can move the ball. I don't know how they're gonna find the end zone. This Eagles defense right now is playing at a very, very high level. And I know we had a couple complaints last week from the offense, but man, this defense is really starting to ball. And Brock Osweiler, ugh. But the reason why Denver made a change, 5 turnovers last week, 3 turnovers in each game the 2 weeks prior. Siemian had 3 picks on Monday night. So, I can understand maybe wanting to make a change, but I don't know. I wouldn't think this is the game to do it, not against this defense. And, man, also goes to show how much they think of Paxton Lynch. The fact that Brock gets a start over him. Yuck. Ugh. Man, they're going to be quarterback shopping again this offseason. Jeez. All right, let's get into Jay Ajayi. How much is he going to play? It'll be interesting. Doug Peterson said during his press conference today that Jay Ajayi knows about 10 to 15 plays in the playbook. So I think his carries will be limited. I think where they should use him on Sunday is in pass protection. I think that's where they got to go. Because the Eagles, I talked about it when they acquired Ajayi. One of the things that they've been struggling with is blitz pickup with the running backs. LeGarrette Blount ranked 33rd out of 44 qualified running backs in terms of pass protection, according to Pro Football Focus. Wendell Smallwood is dead last, and Jay Ajayi is 19th out of 44. So a little bit better there, opposed to the other running backs. And, I think that's, might be used a little bit there. Another reason why I think this move was made for Ajayi, if you look at the running backs the last couple of weeks, the running game hasn't been picking up the yards per carry as they had been earlier on the season. The reason why the yardages look great, it's actually because of Carson Wentz. He's actually increasing that total. But you look at the running backs last 3 weeks. So 3.96 yards per carry against San Francisco, not bad. That's fine. But LeGarrette Blount, just 3 yards per carry. 2.56 yards per carry against the Redskins. And then LeGarrette Blount, 14 for 29, so he wasn't really doing much. And then against Carolina, 3.62 yards per carry. And there you go. So the running backs, the yards per carry has fallen. Now, you have a situation here. You don't have Jason Peters anymore. So it kind of makes the running game a little bit more predictable because when Big V was in last year right tackle, they ran away from him. They ran it to the left. I expect the Eagles to run the ball a lot to the right. So if your running game now is going to be a little bit more predictable, well, at least you got a guy like Jay Ajayi who can create his own yards, and that's very important. And if you look at a lot of the plays in Miami, I don't think it's going to take a while for him to get acclimated because a lot of the same runs that Miami has, the Eagles run too. Off-tackle stuff, in between the tackles, man schemes. So Peterson was talking about it today during his press conference as well. So Ajayi will be limited, I think, on Sunday, but after the bye week, we will see a full unleashment of Ajayi against Dallas. Oh yeah, can't wait for that one. And then this whole Zeke situation, so he's back again. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm not even gonna get into that whole ridiculousness of that situation. Yeah, so we obviously know about the Eagles' run defense and how great they are, but actually Denver's is actually better. Statistically, the Eagles do lead the league in yards allowed per game, but Denver is actually allowing only 3 yards per carry in terms of Philly's 3.8. So the reason why the yards per game total is lower for the Eagles. Well, obviously, if the Eagles are playing ahead a lot, you're going to be throwing the ball a lot in the second half. So 3.8 yards per carry. I still believe that's like top 12 in the league. But Denver is only 3.0. So Derek Wolfe is really good for them along the interior as a run stuffer. And, Jason Kelce has a history of struggling against big mammoth nose tackles. And Domata Peko hasn't been good for a couple years, but he's been okay this year for Denver. So we'll kind of see how that matchup goes because Kelce in the past has not done well against those big guys. So that's a matchup to watch. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not really seeing how Denver can score enough points. I don't think they score a touchdown. I think the Eagles limit them to maybe a couple field goals, maybe 2 to 3 field goals. And if they get in the red zone, I think the Eagles would take advantage of Denver's weakness of covering tight ends, and I think Zach Ertz is going to score a touchdown. So my prediction, I got a low-scoring game. I'm really curious to see how this offense fares against Denver. Like I'm really curious to see how this test is going to go. I think the Eagles are going to score a bunch of field goals. I'm going to say they score 1 touchdown. I got 19-9. That's my prediction. We'll see what kind of happens, but I definitely think the matchup to exploit is Zach Ertz. I think he's going to be a big factor in this game, and that's kind of the way I see it. So that's about it. I think I've covered pretty much everything. So all right, I'll take a look at a couple comments and then I'll kind of hop out. And that's the show for today, guys. That's the preview. All right, let's see here. I'll take a look at a couple. What do we got? Kenyon Barner will be the X factor for us. We got to score on special teams. Special teams is always key, obviously, for every game. And that's where I got to give a shout out to Denver's kicker, Brandon McManus, Temple Made, baby. To you. Let's see. Matt McGloin as a backup in Houston. Man, that I get that Matt McGloin played with Bill O'Brien at Penn State, but by God. Hey, just missed the show. What you think about Ajayi in the lineup? I think they're going to limit him. Like I was saying in the show, they've only given him 10 to 15 plays to learn as of right now. So I expect a limited role, but we'll really see him against Dallas. That's when we'll get a good gauge on him. Sleeper, Trey Burton. I like it. How does Foles make any sense on this team? I'm fine with Foles being the backup. How about those Bills? Yeah, I knew I should have picked the Jets. Idiot Adrian. If Big V plays well against Von Miller, will he be validated as good enough? We'll see. I mean, he's not going to be consistently on Von Miller because Von Miller plays on the other side, but I do think that they will line him up against Big V. I really don't care about what I saw against San Francisco because the competition is going to get a lot better for Big V over the next couple weeks. I mean, he let up a sack. He was okay in that game. I thought he could have been better. But the next couple weeks, I mean, we're going to be playing Seattle. We're going to have DeMarcus Lawrence. It's going to get tough, man. You got Von Miller. You're going to have Khalil Mack of the Raiders coming into town. So it's not going to get easy. JPP has a week coming up against us. So That's one loss for you on your picks this week. You can't stop Josh McCown. Dude, I started Josh McCown last week in fantasy over Alex Smith. Is Ajayi a big piece for us to win this Sunday? I don't think he's going to be a big piece for us this season, or not this season, this week, because he just came in. They've only given him 10 to 15 plays. When are you going to do another show with EDP? Yeah, EDP will come on. Don't worry about that. We'll work something out. We talk like daily, so. Jets are crap. I think the Jets are like the Jets are going to be that team that you don't want to play in the last couple weeks of the season if you're a playoff contender. If you go down to New York and have to play them, I wouldn't want to play them. What happened to EDP's channel? Somebody flagged him again, so he went privated all of his videos, so he doesn't lose his channel because, you know, trolls keep wanting to troll his channel. Over under how many extra points Elliott misses this week. If they could get Jason Peters back on the sideline, he ain't going to miss any. That's the way I see it. All right. It's 7:03. Sixers about to be on, so I'm going to hop off and watch the Sixers. But, hey, guys, enjoy your weekend and tune back into the channel tomorrow because Brennan and I are going to be doing a film study on Ajayi. I know you guys are going to be looking forward to that. So until then, I'm out. Peace.